All right, guys, you ever seen that kind of commercial? Gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run.
Like I said, this is the second video down in the office because I don't have the, upstairs space right now in the other studio. But like I said, today we are getting into the house of Jo Milano Paris and his brilliant masterpiece, Game of Spades Wildcard. Like I said, it's my first time dealing with this house and I love it. And I'm a fan so far. There's only one thing I'm not a fan for, but stay tuned and you'll figure that out in the video. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Lion's Elixir. You know, here at the channel, if I haven't smelled it, if I haven't reviewed it, then I don't know about it. Like I said in the intro, we are getting into the house of Jo Milano Paris, and the fragrance line is called Game of Spades. And today's Game of Spades we're going to be getting into, just had it. God damn, how'd I lose it already?
No, you are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
There it is, right in front of my face. I cut that out. It is Game of Spades Wildcard. No, sorry, I'm kind of new to filming down here like that. Game of Spades Wildcard. Now, Jo Milano Paris started in about 2009. I think the owner's name is John. I don't know why. I think on his page it just said he was inspired by Italian houses. They just have some of the best names, but he was a previous seller of perfumes internationally. So I don't know if he worked at a niche house or anything like that. When you go on about, it doesn't really get immersive in there, but he started in 2009, the Game of Spades, the house of Jo Milano Paris. He started that in 2009, started selling things, and basically their mission is to have you immerse yourself, beautiful scents and smells and find what's signature to you. Now I was gonna say they wanted to bring you affordable prices, but when I checked that website, god damn.
What kind of deranged Wile E. Coyote shit is that?
Them shits was in the 200s, 220s, and these are like your niche dupe houses. Like they go extra, they do more. It's not just trying to make something smell good or blend something else together. Like he goes extra with this stuff to make sure it smells good. And it's like inspired by things. And I think this is inspired by Lafayette Bond number 9. But to put their own super twist on it, so it's not just a one for one of that or trying to copy it to the best of their ability. But like I said, they want you to have an immersive experience and find your signature scent. But while finding your signature scent, you're gonna spend a dime, my boy. Matter of fact, if I didn't show you guys a close up on that, sorry, it's kind of hard with this camera. I don't want it to be blurry and focus out on you guys, but I'll do a B-roll shot for you. But when we get into this smell, like I'm just gonna say, this smells very, very fresh, very fresh. This reminds me of you on your play mood type shit. You just jump fresh out the shower. You already got the fit pressed or ironed up, laid on the couch, and maybe I'm speaking to an older crowd because like my kids, they just throw on clothes and don't give a damn. But maybe just for the people that get themselves together, you got a little fancy job thing you about to go to, or maybe it's a date, but you got the suit fresh pressed. Man, you already moisturized up. Man, you throwing the clothes on, you got the fit, you got the outfit, you got the shoes, everything's matching from head to toe. Man, all you missing is just the smell. And like I said, you hit that, boom, you hit yourself down, boys. That's what this reminds me of, on some smooth player type shit. Y'all gonna like this. Like I said, when you dip into this, it is fresh, it is citrusy, it is just something that is gonna be a people pleaser. Nobody in the damn mind should hate this. This should draw people in and just be like, what is that smell? What is that? Or make somebody like kind of double back like that. Like they're not gonna break their necks, but it's just, they thinking about saying something to you. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But you just know by the body language and you keep moving like, or like, damn. Or, like I said, you smell good. And this is what that reminds me of, some smooth, cool, beautiful player shit. Like I said, you're gonna get that fresh, you're gonna get that bergamot, that citrus. Like I said, maybe a little ginger, because I smell like a little bite, but I could be wrong. But It's something there giving you a little bite on the end of that. But we'll get into the notes and we'll see what it is. Okay, sorry, I had to look this up because this was a little confusing, because when I did try to look up these notes originally, it kept bringing up Wildcard as a unisex one, and it's just Game of Thrones Wildcard. I don't know why it kept bringing up unisex. But as we get into the top notes, we are looking at bergamot, floral notes, and coriander. I'm so confused because when you look this up, it says alternative listings are referencing bitter almond and saffron. Saffron is an earthy kind of smell, metallic. You know, that doesn't smell like that. But when we get into the middle notes, you're looking at green apple, ambroxan, and vanilla. Like I said, this one was very confusing because other listings, it has other notes, but with the base notes, we have ambergris, woody notes, and tonka bean. So like I said, you're going to get that sweet, fresh. So there was no ginger in there, but maybe it's that ambroxan or green apple that's kind of hitting in there. Now, once you read the notes, you can tell that there's a little green apple in there. That's probably part of that freshness. I mean, this shit just smells so good, man. It kind of reminds me of like fresh laundry kind of too, mixed with a shower and damn, just maybe a little bit of holiness. That shit smells good, and I wish you guys would pick this up. Well, I forgot to tell you, this isn't a full review. This is a first impression of it, so sorry you guys are catching this way later. But comparison to this, I've never smelt it, but I need to. You know, in the coming couple videos, maybe next week, it'll make sense, and I'll reference back to this, what I'm talking about. But this does supposed to be a comparison of Lafayette Street Bond number 9. Now, I've never smelt that. But once we get into the full breakdown, I wear this so I don't have longevity for you today or compliment factors or, you know, how long it should last you. We're just going over the basic stuff. This is a pickup. So when we do the full review, we'll go over price, we'll go over longevity, we'll go if I got any compliments. I was about to say durability, but longevity, we'll go over all that. Going off by this right now, this is a must. This is a pickup. This is something you guys are going to need to scoop up. Like me, I only have a 30 ml, so it's not the biggest one, and I can't remember what I got for the price, but like I said, once we do the full review, I'll go over that. But before we check out on this video, just make sure you guys sub, you like, you share, what else? That's right, hit that notification bell and hit it to all, not personalized, so you can see every video that we post Wednesday through Saturday, because we don't want you to miss anything. And I'm kind of starting to like this office kind of view for you guys, so I might switch it up a little bit just to get some different angles, different stuff in the back. But like I said, guys, if you guys love a solid fragrance, whoo, fresh, shower-like, a little bit of apple, some bergamot with some citrus, and some of that tonka bean hitting on the bottom, yeah, you're gonna love this. But anyways, I'm not gonna bore you guys, just going over and reiterating the same stuff. So stay tuned for the full breakdown, and I hope you guys like this video. It was a short one for this first impression. But anyways, love you guys, and we'll see you next time.